Good morning, guys. Today we're going to be talking about 3 basic fundamentals to help improve your putting out on the golf course. Today's video is great for the beginner, intermediate, or even the advanced player just looking to brush up on their skills. And later on, for you advanced putters out there and advanced golfers, I'm going to give you 2 pro tips that we give advanced students with their putting to drop more in the hole and do it like the pros do. My name is Joaquin Arboso, and this is Swing Solutions. Alright guys, before we get started in today's topic, if you like today's video, make sure you hit the like button and leave me a comment. And if you're supporting the page and you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Today, for beginner and intermediate golfers, it's so important to have really good fundamentals out there on the golf course, especially when we're putting. Putting is such an important part to golf, and it's the one thing that we do the most in golf. So roughly 50% of what we do on the golf course is represented with this putter. So it's really important to, if you're going to have any fundamentals down at all, it's going to have to be with your putting so that we can drop more putts in the hole. Now, the 3 basic putting fundamentals that I look at with students is number 1, grip, number 2, stance, and number 3, ball position. So let's go over all 3 of those. Number 1, grip. When we grip a putter, it's not like gripping an iron to hit a full swing shot. The grip is placed more in our lifeline of our left hand. So coming up to the camera here, so looking at my hand here, at the base of my index finger, there's a line that travels down towards and in the middle of 2 pads. That's our lifeline, and that's where we want the grip to be sitting, okay? So regardless if you go with a normal grip, or a left-hand low grip, or if you have a claw grip, the left hand's grip is always going to be placed in that lifeline, which is a little different than a full swing grip where it's starting in your fingers and it's working its way to the bottom pad of your left hand, where you're feeling like that left hand's very strong. Having it in the lifeline is going to help promote more of a neutral putting grip. Okay, it helps lock in the left wrist, okay, so that it's not too bent. Okay, helps lock in the left wrist, and also puts me in a position so that I can be able to swing a putter back and through with more consistency and more confidence to hit a pure putt every single time. Number 2 is width of stance. So where we want to be is either slightly inside shoulder width apart, at shoulder width apart, or slightly outside shoulder width apart. No more than that and no closer than that. Now, if you're too close and it's a windy day, it's going to knock you all over the place. If your stance is too wide, you're just going to look funny doing it. It's going to look like you're overly athletic, like you're trying to hit bigger shots when remember, putting is more feel. It's more controlling the roll. It's trying to produce a shot that safely gets to the hole and knocks more balls in the hole. So stance is really, really important. So we want to make sure that you're staying within that range, either inside shoulder width apart, just a little, shoulder width apart, or just outside. And the 3rd basic fundamentals for you beginners and intermediate golfers out there trying to get better at your putting is ball position. When we hit putts on the green, we want the ball to be rolling end over end. Okay, we don't want the ball to be hit and then bounce up and then start rolling. We want to catch it on the upswing where the ball rolls end over end nicely to the hole. And to do that, we place a ball position that is slightly left of center. So the way I do it is I figure out putter, if the ball is slightly left of center, the putter will be at center. So I put the putter at the center of my stance, which puts the ball slightly left of my stance, and then I go ahead and get into that putting grip, and then now when I hit my putt, the ball is able to travel end over end nicely to the hole, and a better feeling at the moment of impact. So just a quick review: the grip, the stance, and the ball position. 3 basic fundamentals that beginner and intermediate golfers need to produce better putts on the green and to build your confidence knowing that you have a better chance of making a lot of putts. Alright guys, so now the moment you guys have been waiting for. So you advanced golfers out there who want to drop more putts in the hole, we're going to have 2 pro tips to help you out to increase your skill level. Even if you think you're already a good putter, take these tips and you'll go even further. So if you're already 2-putting a lot on the green and you 3-putt every couple rounds, well, now you're going to be dropping more 1-putts, okay? So the way it works is, number 1, first pro tip is how we rock the shoulders back and through. So when you first learned how to putt, and for you beginners and intermediate golfers watching this right now, when you learned how to putt, you learned about the pendulum motion, right? It goes back and through, same distance back as it goes through, okay? So meaning, if you take the putter back a foot, you're taught to go through a foot. If you take the putter back 6 inches, you go through 6 inches. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, pro golfers, really advanced students who've taken lessons from really good pros know that to be a really good putter, you're going to need to have a 1-to-2 ratio. So it's less going back and more going through with the correct rock, okay? So when I'm in my setup position here, I'm taking the club back 1, going through 2. So there's more going through the ball than there is coming back, okay? This helps you not decel through the putt, okay? And the way I do it is by focusing on my left elbow and left shoulder. So when my left elbow and left shoulder are rocking correctly, I am able to produce a 1-to-2 ratio in my putting, helping me hit the ball better and getting it end over end, rolling correctly to the hole. And as far as my green reading goes, if I'm on that day, I'm dropping tons of 1-putts, and so will you. So the second pro tip that I have for you advanced golfers is taking a look at how the best putters on tour and in the world putt. What do they look like when they finish? How does the putter look when it goes back? Well, if you think about, like, beginners and intermediate golfers, think about almost like a circle, right? The putter comes back, comes up, okay, comes through, bottoms out at the bottom, hits the ball, and then comes back up, okay? Actually, pro golfers do it differently. We actually take the putter lower on the takeaway, and we come and finish higher at the finish, okay? Remember, when we're trying to hit this putt, we're hitting it on the upswing to create an end-over-end roll towards the hole. And if you combine what you learned in the first pro tip with your left elbow and left shoulder, you'll be able to accomplish this. Remember, it's a 1-to-2 ratio. We're in our setup position where the ball is slightly left and the putter's in the middle of our stance. We get into that good grip that we just talked about, and we rock. So the left shoulder is rocking down towards the golf ball, and with a slight forward press, it'll help you stay low to the ground. And then when we rock through, the left elbow starts to raise up and we start finishing at a higher position. Now, when you watch golfers either on YouTube or if you're watching tour players on a weekend, take a look at how they're finishing their putts. You'll notice that the putter is always a lot higher than it is going back, okay? So a lot of beginners and intermediate golfers pick that club up really high, drop it, and come back high. Advanced golfers keep that putter nice and low to the ground, rock through the ball, and finish at a higher position. So we're in this position here. Left shoulder rocks down towards the ball. Left shoulder rocks up to finish higher. This helps produce an end-over-end roll to the hole, helping you drop a lot more putts in the hole. So before I close out this video, let me give you beginner golfers a quick drill, especially those of you who are using too much wrist in your putting stroke. Now, if you're using too much of the wrist in your putting stroke, you're always going to have challenges with your speed on the putting green. And for those intermediate and advanced golfers, you know what I mean. Speed is key to dropping putts in the hole. Beginner golfers have a tendency of not rocking their shoulders back and through, and what ends up happening is they get a very wristy. Okay, so to eliminate that, next time you're on the putting green, place a golf ball in between your right wrist and grip, okay? Now what this is going to allow you to do, it's going to allow you and train you to swing a putter back and through using those arms and shoulders back and through instead of the wrists. where you come back and then you get wristy and the ball falls into your hand, or if it gets really bad, it drops on the ground on the way back. Okay, so we want to make sure that when we're doing this drill, okay, it's in the middle of the right wrist. Okay, get into your setup position. Okay, and make sure that you're going a 1-to-2 ratio back and through without letting the ball drop. Okay, if you can get yourself to get that ball not to drop every time, you are now being successful with the putting stroke without getting too handsy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Once again, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video if you enjoyed today's content, and stay tuned. I got a 400 sub contest coming up. Probably going to be coming out in a couple days. All right, take care, everyone. My name is Joaquin Herboso once again, and this is Swing Solutions.